We the people of this great country have certain rights, and it's been put down in the Bill of Rights that we are entitled to some basic human rights. But what about trees? Do trees have rights? I've often wondered, you think about some of the trees that we have in our environment, and some of them have been here for a long time, a lot longer than people have been settled here. So do those trees have a right to be here because they predate us? Well, that's a good subject. It's a good topic to talk about. Okay, today's topic is not something new. I've talked about topping trees and preserving the integrity of the structure of the trees. But I want to talk about this particular tree. This is a valley oak. And one of the reasons I am so fond of this individual tree is that it's never been butchered. There's very few harsh cuts on this tree. So it is about as natural a tree as you could hope for. It's in a natural setting. There's chips all the way around the base, so every effort is being maintained to keep this tree in a state of health to the best of our ability. Here it is leafed out. Now, across the street from this tree is another valley oak, and this is a very sad story because the homeowner believed that this tree was too tall. And a tree service came in with a bucket truck, no less, and talked to them about dangerous trees. And this tree is too tall. So this is what they did to it. I was really shocked because this valley oak is still a baby. It's probably about 40 years old. And it could have grown into the tree that we just saw. It could have been a magnificent long-lived specimen that could have lived for centuries. It could have been just an absolutely incredible tree. But when I see people do this to trees out of ignorance, or even worse, out of being convinced by an unethical or unknowledgeable tree service operator, it really bothers me because it's damaged. It's damaged permanently. So here we go, back to the good example. This is what it could have been. Hopefully this tree will live a long, long life. And you can see both trees are dormant in these pictures. And you can see the structure of the tree. And then back to this one. So it has a structure of sorts, but what's going to happen to this tree now? Will it die? No, it won't die. And a lot of people will see the results of the new growth and say, see how healthy it is, see how vigorous it is. Well, you have to look at the long-term impact. When you do this to a tree, some people refer to this as hat racking. It's severe topping. The new growth is going to come out as a big bush. And all the suckers are going to sprout all over this tree in mass. Now, I really want you to look at this close, and I'm showing these images for a long time for a purpose, because I recently shot an image of what the tree looks like today. 6 months later, the tree is vigorously resprouting, and I'm sure the homeowner believes that they did the right thing, and I'm sure the homeowner believes that the tree is going to turn into a nice, big, bushy, lower tree. It'll survive, but it's the long-term impact. Once again, there's the nice tree, and here's that same tree leafed out today. Look at how full and beautiful that is. That's just a magnificent specimen. I see it beautiful as a dormant tree too, the structure. And there we go. Across the street, the bush. Will it continue to thrive? Well, thrive is a weird word. So here's what it looks like today, 6 months later, and it is just, I don't know, something out of Dr. Seuss. There it is, topped, and that's what happens. So while the life of the tree stays there, the long-term impact is permanently scarred. Now, topping is not always bad, but this is another story. That was a walnut tree. Well, my grandson came over this weekend, and I told him I was going to put him in one of my videos. So I started off this video with a little bit of drone work, so I'm going to wrap it up with some drone work. That's my grandson Maximus. Very proud of all my children and my grandchildren, and I do have a lot of fun with my drone. I am getting better at it, so stay tuned for more adventures of Saratoga Tree Service and drone work.